Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So today is July 1st, 2019, and Bitcoin closes June on a high despite struggling to shrug off the bear. As you guys know, we have been experiencing a bit of a downward market over the last week or so, and so we saw Bitcoin hit a high of 14,000 approximately, coming down right now trading at about 10,900. Okay, it went as low as about 10,300 on this particular exchange, now trading at about 10.9. And unfortunately, we live in a world where Bitcoin is the beat of the rest of the market. So this is a snapshot of the cryptocurrency market, guys. As you can see, everything is in the red, mostly everything. But it's important not to get so wrapped up in the micro trends and look at the bigger picture. So starting June off, Bitcoin was roughly, let's go back on the daily here. So this is Bitcoin on the daily. Before we were looking at Bitcoin on the 4 hour, but this is Bitcoin on the daily. And guys, this was June, okay, June 1st. And now we're ending off June here, okay? So we ended off June here. This was June 1st here. And so if we zoom in on that, we can see we opened up June, Bitcoin trading at about 85.45, closing off June at 10,700. So still a big gainer despite this bearish correction that we're currently in the process of seeing. Okay, and I've done a few videos now where I've discussed the potential of Bitcoin retracing even more, hitting this level of resistance, and this would be, so if we hit this top level here, it would be 9,100, and so I could see that happening realistically, guys. We could see Bitcoin realistically trading in this pattern, going as low as 9,100 over the next month or two before rebounding, testing that, and shooting back up again. So it's not out of the question. Guys, I'm not saying it will happen, but what I am saying is that it wouldn't be unusual if it did happen, as you guys know. I've looked at historic charts with you guys, and we have seen those same patterns back in 2016 and 2017. So a 20, 30, and even Matty Greenspan says a 40% correction wouldn't be unusual at this point. Okay, we've seen Bitcoin shoot right up really fast, and so it needs time to cool down in order for this market to be able to sustain the upward momentum and that buying pressure. Okay, guys, macro trends, not micro trends, although it is fun to look at the micro trends. We get all excited when we see Bitcoin pump so much, and you know, altcoins tend to follow with that. We saw XRP hitting a high this year of about 50.5 cents, 0.505 cents. So that's always great. And the ecosystem is looking healthy. This from Crypto Wolf. The G20 officially supports cryptocurrency guidelines set by the FATF that requires exchanges to share consumer data. And so he links to the article here. So the Group of 20 G20, an international forum for the governments of the 19 countries and the EU, has officially welcomed cryptocurrency guidelines set by the global money laundering watchdog, the Financial Action Task Force, at the 2019 G20 held on June 28th, 29th in Osaka, Japan. The forum said, "We reaffirm our commitment to applying the recently amended FATF standards to virtual assets and related providers for anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism." The FATF released its final crypto guidelines on June 21st, which compels exchanges to collect and transfer customer information, such as originator's name, his account number, and location information, as well as beneficiary's name and beneficiary's account number during transactions. The G20 was already affirming their intention to hold the FATF guidelines, but it has now officially announced the support at the summit. So guys, this is great for the industry, great for crypto as a whole, great for XRP moving forward in order to be able to kick things into high gear. I got to give a shout out to Stetus, that's XRP_Crow, C-R-O. He did just design this new XRP poster for 2019. So for all you fans in the community, Stetus puts out some good infographics. He is selling the poster. It's really cool. It kind of gives you guys an idea of how many people are in the XRP community as of 2019. Some of the more active contributors, so we got a Twitter faction here, YouTube down here, and XRP chat in the right corner. Guys, I'll link this in the description if you want to purchase a poster, support Status. He's a really great guy and a huge contributor to the XRP community as well. And so we've heard rumblings of this. Bitcoin rally cools down while Google Trends suggest altcoin season is just around the corner. And I did a video on this yesterday. Could altcoins rally despite Bitcoin's cool off? And so this article suggests that Google Trends are suggesting that more people are looking up the term altcoin as they're seeing Bitcoin cool down. So let me read you a little bit of this. Altcoins suffered a massive drop against BTC due to the sudden and unforeseen rise in Bitcoin's price. Most of the altcoins have broken strong support that has been holding for more than 5 months. Google Trends suggests that altcoin keyword search has been rising up in the last few days, suggesting an increase in interest for altcoins. And it kind of gives you a little bit of the graph here. I've pulled up the Google Trends website, and we're going to look at the graph in a bit. Altcoins including XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, and Matic, etc., are all down by a massive amount against BTC. This was mainly due to the pump in Bitcoin's price. Binance Exchange, one of the biggest exchanges, tweeted humorously to summon the altcoin season. And here's a tweet from Binance. It talks about the last time altcoins pumped, and that was back in 2017 with the Bitcoin rally. And then it talks about, we always get the counterpoint to this. So, however, there are people who do not believe that this so-called alt season will arrive and that most of the altcoins will go bankrupt. Peter Brandt is one from that camp. And so, I agree with the fact that most of these altcoins will go bankrupt, but that's not to say that we won't see an altcoin season before that. Brandt compared the altcoin season of 2019 to the dot-com bubble and how only a few important companies survived while the rest were washed away. This will be the same for altcoins. I agree with that, but in the meantime, I don't think they're disappearing anytime soon, Mr. Brandt. We could still see a pump. I mean, people pump irrational money into anything when there's hype surrounding it. And when the media kicks up the Bitcoin narrative, we will definitely start seeing more pumping for everything, despite whether you think it is a good investment or not. That is the whole idea of this immature market and the volatility we see. Okay, this kind of thing isn't sustainable, but this volatility is how you make money in the short term. It's kind of nice to have good short-term plays to make money, but you got to be very, very careful for that. And long-term plays, investments that are going to be strong, steady investments down the road. Let's get back to the Google Trends here, though, altcoins. So as you can see, this is the term altcoin for the Google Trends. We were looking at lows back in the winter, so February, March, April, and then it really didn't start picking up until May and then June right here. So we're really starting to gain steam for the search term altcoin. And guys, I don't know if you remember, but I did a video several months ago now regarding Bitcoin and Google Trends, and there is a correlation to the Google Trends word search for the term Bitcoin and Bitcoin price rally over the years. So just to bring that up, this is a chart from 2004 till present. So it kind of gives you the all-time, well, at least all-time in terms of the Google Trends history, but it gives you a sense of, so this was back at the peak. This was when Bitcoin hit its all-time high back in December 2017. And we saw some spikes here as well in late 2013 for Bitcoin, and even here in April 2013 when Bitcoin did see some surges, and even one here, I don't know if you guys can see that, back in 2011. So the Google Trends search does correlate with Bitcoin price action. Does that mean that altcoins will surge? Will we see an altcoin season despite Bitcoin's cool off? These are all interesting questions, and we are living in very, very fun times when it comes to cryptocurrency, spec investing. But I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.